Dear aspirants, many of you must have attempted UPSC Prelims 2024 and many of you must be having the first attempt in UPSC Prelims 2025. So those who have attempted any prelims till now, so if you ask them what has been the most stressful hour of that year, the most probably they will be saying that it was the 2 hours of GS paper 1 of that year's prelims paper when they were sitting over here. Why is that? Because the paper in the UPSC prelims nowadays is tougher side. If you see the overall nature of the paper, so it is moderate to tough side. Obviously there are some easy questions as well, but on that basis the whole paper cannot be guessed. Why is that? Because there has been increasing role of the current affairs in the paper and that role has huge things to play. We will be analyzing this. So let's see the UPSC Prelims 2024 questions, from where it has come. So you will see that from the polity section there were 18 questions, from the economy section there were 15 questions, from the history and science and tech there were 9 questions each, from the geography section there were 19 questions, from the environment section there were 10 questions, and from the current affairs question, so there were 20 questions. So you will feel that okay, the role of current affairs is 20% because overall there are 100 questions in the paper. But is it? Let's see. And if I say you that what are the questions which you think has been asked from the current affairs, then you will say that sir, this question was there, that is the 5th generation fighter aircraft, and this was very much in the news. So therefore it can be said as the current affairs question. Similarly, the questions like the membrane bioreactor, this question was also in the news. Therefore, it is directly coming from the current affairs. Then the questions like the exercise Mitra Shakti 2023 was held, and this exercise was comprehensively covered in almost all the newspaper and also through the Press Information Bureau. So it can be said that this is also a current affairs question, and also questions like the UNESCO's cultural heritage site list have been released, and therefore this is also a current affairs question. So like this you will say that okay, so there are 20 questions which is directly coming from the current affairs. But wait, what do you call this question? The question about the ethics committee of the Lok Sabha. Well, looking at the question you will feel that this is a static question. It is coming from the static concept of the polity, right? The ethics committee. But why only ethics committee have been asked? Why not any other committee, right? Why not public accounts committee? Why not estimates committee? Why not departmental standing committee? Why? Because this was in news. The ethics committee was in news because one member of parliament, Mahua Moitra, got expelled from the Lok Sabha, and therefore this was in news. And that expulsion have been taken place because of the report of the ethics committee. So this is the case. Therefore, though current affairs topic have been taken, but questions were static in nature. Similarly, you will find in questions like the North Sea. Now, from where in the dream it will come to you that this year North Sea will be coming? Why not Baltic Sea? Why not Bering Sea? Why not any other sea? Because North Sea was there in the news. Therefore, the UPSC has picked up that topic, isn't it? You will see the questions like the Environmental Protection Agency. Environmental Protection Agency was very much in the news. Though the question seemed to you that is static in nature, the basic concept of the environment, but you will come to this question through this news only, that is Environmental Protection Agencies. Then questions were there like the dwarf stars were there. Now, how on earth you will be guessing this question? Because if you go by the traditional logic that you will be completing all the topics of physics, chemistry, biology and all the topics of science and technology, then that will take many years to complete, and even that will not give you satisfaction. So what is the best strategy? The best strategy is do revise a bit of all the static portion as well as do look what is there in the current. So this dwarf star was there in the news, and therefore this question on the dwarf star is there. Though the UPSC has not asked the current questions, right, but it has asked the static portion only, but from the topic from what? Which was there in the news. Similarly, you will see that delimitation commission was very much in the news, and therefore this delimitation commission, the question will look to you very static in nature because it is asking that how many times delimitation commission have been constituted. That is a very basic concept of the polity. But this question was asked because of the current affairs linkages, isn't it? So come to this slide again. So do you really think that the current affairs portion was only 20 questions? Obviously not, because if you see that from the polity section, 4 to 5 questions from the polity were from the current affairs, means direct linkages were there. Not direct question, but linkages were there. Then economic question, 4 5 questions. History question, 1 2 question. Then science and technology question, so 3 4 questions. Geography question, 3 4 questions. Then again environment question, 3 4 questions. So if you combine all these, so the weightage of current affairs will be around 45 to 50 questions. And this is what makes the paper tough. This 45 to 50 question you have to do using the current affairs. Rest of the 50 to 55 questions, it can be done using the static knowledge. For that you have to read the basic books. But for the approximately 50 questions, you will have to dependent upon the current affairs. And therefore the role of the current affairs is huge in UPSC prelims. So what is required? You require the holistic and comprehensive evaluation of all the topics which are there in the news, and you have to prepare that. For that you will be linking the interlinkages of the current affairs with different topics from the polity, from the economy, from the environment, from the science technology. So that is required, so that if they ask the issue directly, that will be a current affairs question. And if they ask it indirectly, that some static portion is being asked from that issue, so even then you will be preparing for that. So what is required? Holistic preparation of the current affairs is required. Now, what are your strategies for this? How will you prepare? How you will see a growth in your marks? How is that, right? So whenever I ask question to the aspirant that how will you increase the marks in prelims, they are clueless. They have no idea at all. They will simply say that, okay sir, we will read some compilation at last minute. Will that solve your purpose? Obviously not. Maybe that out of the current affairs question, after the 20 questions, you will be able to solve 5-6 questions. That is not enough to crack the exam. Therefore, the Kalam IS has brought this Current Age 2025. That is a one-stop current affairs solution for you. Because in this, we have been doing the compilation from the January 2024 itself for the different newspapers, that is the Hindu, Indian Express, Yojana magazines, PIB booklets, and other kinds of things like the Down to Earth and other science reporters. So from there we will be collecting the material and we will be providing you, right, in the form of workbooks, right. So out of this, so this schedule will be from the December to May. It will start on the 7th of December. So there will be 13 workshops. That is 13 workbook will be there. On the basis of that workbook, there will be test and that we can discuss. Not only that, subject specific preparation is also required. Therefore, we are having this 8 weeks of specific subject modules. For example, polity and governance, 2-3 classes, economy, geography, science, technology, IR, society. So these will be covered in the 2-3 classes. For that, sectional test will be conducted. Then after all these things, when you will be ready, you will be giving the full length test. So under this, we will be providing you 23 tests. In that, you will be getting the 13 workbooks and other kinds of materials. For example, this k-Snippet 365 sessions. This booklet will be provided to you. Workbook will be provided to you, as well as the Sky 5 booklets will be provided to you. Now, by looking at it, you will think that this will be very cumbersome for you, isn't it? This will be very cumbersome for you because it is taking 23 tests only for the current affairs, isn't it? But that is not correct. You are not thinking in right manner, because these tests have been distributed in from December to May, that is in the 6 months, right? Therefore, it will not have burden on you. Even if you give 5 to 6 hours every week, that is enough to do all these things. And believe me, that will help you a lot, right? That will significantly enhance your preparation and the confidence level. So, my friend, please do practice a lot so that you can avoid the stressful situation during the UPSC Prelims 2025, because the aspirants are going through lots of anxiety and pressure, and because of that they mark wrong answers and they are not able to recall. So it's better that you practice. It is rightly said that the more you sweat in the practice, the less you bleed in the battle, and that is what we are trying to provide you. So I hope all these things have been clear to you. If you still have some doubt, please do contact this. You can also look at the website. You can also see at the Telegram channel. So See you soon in the class, and do not neglect current affairs. 50% of the weightage is there for the current affairs. Directly or indirectly, around 45 to 50 questions are coming from the current affairs itself. You will have to prepare it in very holistic and comprehensive manner. Please understand this. So that is all. Thank you.